Please. The show starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Medication time.
Hey, it's the tattooed madman Psycho Mike, welcoming you to this edition of my twisted world of Masters of Mayhem right here. And you never know what you're going to find here when I'm on the air. So on that note, I want you to sit back, rip the top off a cold one, roll up a fatty, and enjoy this edition of Psycho Mike's twisted world of Masters of Mayhem.
But I just gotta know one thing. Are you ready? No! I said, are you ready?
Thrust off from floor! And you're watching Psycho Mike kicking ass!
Big Gang the Mighty from 4, and you're watching Psycho Mike kicking ass on
Well, I'm sitting here jamming with the Kiss from your bandits! And you're watching Psycho Mike kicking ass on Masters of Mayhem! Masters of Mayhem are in the house! The Masters of Mayhem! That's right! Any way you look at it, we're down with you, because you're down with the clowns!
No, and forever.
This is Violent J, the Insane Clown
That's too dope, and when we're in Cleveland, that's all we watch, brother. We check out the Masters of Mayhem.
That's right! Professional wrestling at its best! Masters of Mayhem, brother! You better recognize Masters of Mayhem and Violent J! Stranglemania style, brother!
Oh, yeah.
Telling you, it is your main maniac, the Ghoul, and we're all gonna watch Psycho Mike beat the cheese whiz out of each and every opponent on the Masters of Mayhem Wrestling.
Hey!
How you doing?
Sherry, the one and only Sister Sherry Martel. Cleveland, Ohio, the Masters of Mayhem Wrestling, the only professional wrestling that has been here in the last 5 years, where you ought to go now. Bye!
We're going to watch Masters of Mayhem Wrestling.
Masters of Mayhem
Where you ought to be.
Where you ought to be. You're watching Masters of Mayhem.
Everybody stay tuned. You never know who you're going to see on Masters of Mayhem or what you're going to hear on MMA.
Then alongside Sensational Summer. Cleveland. What's happening? It's the tattooed madman Psycho Mike along with Team Law's Cat. Stay tuned, Cleveland. Thank you.
This thing's...
What's happening, Cleveland? It's the tattooed madman Psycho Mike. Here along with Team Law's Bobcat.
We'll see that fight. Don't forget, you'll be seeing me down here in Cleveland in Madness Mayhem.
Cleveland! It's Tater! I'm
Mayhem wrestling. You can't beat it with a stick. You can't whip it with a switch. Don't even try. Give it right break it. Yeah!
Macho Man Randy Savage, and you are watching the Masters of Mayhem in Cleveland, Ohio. Oh, yeah, dig it.
Hearing all the time. What? Hallelujah! Got a brand new dance! It's called a bird! Woo! The Masters! One break!
This is Orange Sheik. You are watching Master Maho Wrestling. Don't talk. This is the Orange Sheik, Olympic champion, WWF champion, world champion, and you are watching Master of the Wrestling Maha. No, especially in the Cleveland, Ohio, people know Orange Sheik was a champion, and still I'm a champion, Olympic. My pleasure to come to the Cleveland, Ohio, to show all my wrestling fans. Orange Sheik was a champion, and still I'm champion. Look at me, Ya Allah. Now you know what I'm talking about. I'm the real champion. Cleveland, Ohio. My intelligent wrestling fans know about the Iron Sheik.
This is Axe Demolition, and you're watching the Masters of Mayhem Wrestling.
Go Mike, and you're watching Masters of Mayhem Wrestling.
This is Typhoon the Natural Disaster, and you're watching Masters of Mayhem Wrestling.
Hey, this is the tattooed madman Psycho Mike with some wrestling fans.
Hi, my name's Branya. We find girls like us watching
Masters of Mayhem Wrestling.
Whoa! G'day, mate! I'm Footsteps Cutterwood, we're the Bushwhackers! Yeah! And when we're in Cleveland, we watch Masters of Mayhem! We never, ever take our eyes off the Masters of Mayhem! Love you, baby! Yay!
Just what do people think of Masters of Mayhem Wrestling after just one viewing?
I like it.
And so will you. Check out Masters of Mayhem Wrestling, Music, and Chaos.
Stinky fucker. Check out Psycho Mike's Twisted World of Masters of Mayhem Underground TV.
Oh!
Son of a bitch. Are we on?
Of course we are.
It's time!
I want you to sit back, rip the top off a cold one, roll up a fatty, and enjoy this edition of Psycho Mike's Twisted World of Masters of Mayhem
Underground TV.
Whee!
All highlights. So, sit back, rip the top off the floor, and enjoy this week's edition of Masters of Mayhem Wrestling. Oh, and by the way, Happy New Year!
Up into the ring in just a moment or two for more exciting fucking action.
5分経過、5分経過。5 minutes, 5 minutes pass, 5 minutes pass. 10분経過 10분経過 10 minutes pass 10 minutes pass Hayabusa 選手の勝ち。
Former professional wrestler Psycho Mike, now the author of 9 books. 2 no-holds-barred books about his wrestling career, 1 cookbook, 2 books of Psycho Mike muses, 2 coloring books, an autobiography, and 1 book about the wrestling he grew up watching as a kid, the NWF. All these titles are available on the website listed or at Amazon.com. The Twisted World of Psycho Mike is now in books. Check it out.
In the ring, the Persian Clubs are making their way to the ring. I have got $500 Bob, thank you for bringing the Persian Clubs up to the ring. $500. Get it, 5 pieces. Now, we got $500 in my hands right here. Do we have 5 challenges for the IRC for the Persian Club Challenge? 5 guys, wait, we're going to bring that over here in the ring. We get the security out here to help out and organize it a little bit. 5 good crowd. Exactly what needs to be done. Okay, we'll take this in here with the white star hat. Okay, we have 2, 3. The challenge up. Standing position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, and then 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103 Concord. The Sheik was just demonstrated for you. Okay.
But I beat motherfucker. You know now why I beat Hulk Hogan. Because I was a real Olympic wrestler. Hey, you champion, world champion, try and make it to WWF champion. What job there, you know, Madison Square Garden. Cameraman, zoom it. Look at me. Ya Allah, Ya Muhammad. Zoom the abs. Look at it. Cameraman, zoom it. Yeah, number one abs. Exactly.
And there's a Sheik right next to us. I beg your pardon. There's the Superfly right next to us.
Another man from the WWF Hall of Fame. And it looks like he's in tremendous shape and ready to mix it up with the Sheik, who I'm sure these two men have crossed paths many times in the WWF up in the New York area.
You basically have nothing to say, do you, John?
I'm just trying to carry you the best I can, Mr. Cruz, because there's not more to it you can say about the senior circuit, but it'll be an excellent conversation.
All right. Somebody get Bruce Mitchell some oxygen. And we are live here at the Concord Motor Speedway. The bell is rung, and Chris, finally, it's Superfly Jimmy Snuka against the Iron Sheik.
Oh, no one accepted the Iron Sheik's challenge, but we did have people accept that no one beat the Iron Sheik, and I think he's still undefeated with the Iranian Persian Club Challenge. And now Jimmy Snuka has the monumental task of taking on the former WWF World Champion, who back in 1984 beat Bob Backlund after a 5-year reign in Madison Square Garden, lost the title 1 month later to...
Well, the Sheik is...
Concord, North Carolina, Iron Sheik needs complete silence in this matchup, and please do not chant USA, USA as he's taking on Jimmy the Superfly Snuka.
Well, I think that's going to obviously get exactly the opposite reaction. Snuka looks great.
Yeah, Snuka in great condition. Of course, had great wars in the wrestling world with Roddy Piper, Cowboy Bob Orr, and in many, many others in the 80s and early 90s. The Iron Sheik, his fame for beating Bob Backlund in Madison Square Garden, and then 1 month later losing it to Hulk Hogan in the big rock and wrestling connection in Madison Square Garden. That's what really elevated professional wrestling, Chris, you know, in 1985.
That's a very good point. I was with the World Wrestling Federation briefly in 85, and it was an extraordinary time. And John, I know that you were in the old NWA territory, and certainly you must have been saying, what has McMahon got up his sleeve?
Well, I'll tell you one thing about Jimmy Snuka. Besides being the WWF Hall of Fame, he also was national tag team champions with Terry Gordy in Georgia. He also was probably had one of his famous moves in the 80s when he dove off the cage on Bob Backlund in Madison Square Garden, which basically changed the whole career and life of Cactus Jack. He also had a good tag team in the Mid-Atlantic area with what? Yeah, Paul Orndorff, I'm sorry. I know, I don't have anything to say, I'm sorry.
You're sorry, all right. The new referee is Dave Ruth. And Dave Ruth taking over for the senior official here in New Dimension Wrestling, good point, is taking over for the injured Tony Hunter. And the Iron Sheik against Superfly Jimmy Snuka, two of the biggest names of professional wrestling in the 1980s, still wrestling in the late 1990s. And the Sheik, a massive man, and the Superfly Jimmy Snuka is a man who obviously we all remember from the 80s in the World Wrestling Federation. Still to come, we're looking at the Beastmaster Rick Link against Abdullah the Butcher, and we're going to have our running shorts and running shoes on. And then after an 8-year absence, it's Tully Blanchard against the Nature Boy Buddy Landell. And Chris, a real coup for you to get Tully Blanchard here in New Dimension Wrestling.
Chris, Tully Blanchard, a very important part of New Dimension Wrestling. We're excited to have him, one of the original members of the Four Horsemen, right in his backyard. But the Tully Blanchard has come out of retirement to work for any one wrestling organization. He works for New Dimension Wrestling.
Well, once again, the Sheik is asking
Carolina, the Iron Sheik requests again that everyone have complete silence and please do not chant USA, USA during his match.
Well, he's not going to get complete silence. I'm not sure if he's going to get chants of USA, USA. The crowd can't seem to get it together. John, where are Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Sergeant Slaughter when you need them?
I don't know, but it really is interesting to see up close Jimmy Snuka, who is truly the O.J. Simpson of wrestling.
What do you mean by that?
He drank a lot of orange juice in his day. That's why you see the incredible physique on Jimmy Snuka.
Oh, the chops that we've come to expect from the Superfly. He chopped him again. He picks up the Iron Sheik and dumps him, and what a load that is. And now look out.
You know, I think one thing that's very deceptive about the Iron Sheik is, you know, he was in the 68 Olympics, the 72 Munich Olympics. He was a Greco-Roman competitor. He's well-schooled, and a lot of people mention that he doesn't look like he's quite in shape, but trust me, we've had run-ins with him, Chris. We've both managed him at one time, and it's amazing the condition of this man and the strength of this man. He is strong. He's very deceptive in his strength.
All right, we're here at the Concord Motor Speedway, just north of Charlotte, North Carolina. There's a huge mystery developing. The question is, who is in the limo? Is it yet another member of the Four Horsemen? Of course, Charlotte, well known as the hometown of the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Of course, well known as the hometown of Arn Anderson. And Chris, Ricky Steamboat, thank you, but I was talking about the Four Horsemen. If you can follow along with me, John, I don't think Ricky Steamboat was ever a member of the Four Horsemen. Now, if you have any information that's different than mine, please enlighten me. But if you don't, please just follow along.
You know, I think Lee Marshall was right when he said it was time for you to take a hike.
Lee who? And another chop there from the Superfly, Jimmy Snuka. Oh, two more big matches here at the Concord Motor Speedway, and the sweat is flying. I'm telling you, just sitting here, you're sweating. It's a hot, steamy, beautiful, but muggy North Carolina night in July 1998.
It looks like the Superfly Jimmy Snuka is working over the shoulders of the Iron Sheik. They're in the turnbuckle. Dave Ruth has had a lot of latitude in this match, and he pulls Jimmy Snuka back. Uh-oh, the Iron Sheik. It looks like he's gone for an international object. Boom! Right to the head. Dave, the referee, doesn't seem to have noticed this. Wait a minute, he did. He's calling for the bell. It's totally he's calling the match. The match on disqualification goes to Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Dave Ruth, referee, is called for the bell, and looks like there's some bad blood between these two men.
There may be some blood, period.
Ooh. Jimmy Snuka has wrestled the object away. I can't believe this match has already ended. It looks like it was just getting started, and suddenly the Iron Sheik was disqualified for using the foreign object, and he doesn't seem a lip happy at all. In his car. Hollywood East Limos.
There's no need to fear.
Psycho Mike
is here.
Well, I'll tell you what. They just don't get any more psycho than Psycho Mike. That boy ain't right.
Oh yeah, it's the tattooed madman Psycho Mike, and this has been my twisted world of Masters of Mayhem. Part-time crazy, 100% psycho. Thank you very much for joining me. See you on the next episode of Psycho Mike's Twisted World of Masters of Mayhem. So, stay sick, turn blue, scratch glass, climb walls, but most importantly, do it while you can. Don't get caught, and stay fucking crazy. Huh? Hey, it's the tattooed madman Psycho Mike. And if you don't want to get locked in a mental ward with me, you'll click like and hit subscribe now.
Oh yeah, I want you to stay sick, turn blue, scratch glass, climb walls, but most importantly, do it while you can. Don't get caught. And stay fucking crazy. No. Son of a bitch.